Howdy everyone. So welcome back. So in this video we are going to implement the user profile section where we will be able to see different options and different details about that user and let's just jump in. So I was looking for the templates for that. So here I found this one and this one seems to be not related to that. So we can also we can as you can see we have followers and something like that. So we do have a pages section, so we're gonna use this in over there, so we have to remember that. And this is the template I want to use for the user profile section. As you can see, we have the name, we have the add print option, the followers and stuff like that. We do not have that, and we want like we can include this thing, the post, follow, not this one. Then we are gonna like see the post from that user and something like that. So let's just jump in and I press Control U. Let's grab the code. I'm gonna search for main content, I guess. Main rover. This is the main content, yeah. uh, let's copy this. I'm gonna go down somewhere around here. We have the main content. I was able to see that right here. As you can see, the start and end. So then we have the right chat groups. Wait a minute, what is this? Right chat and some. Let's go ahead and use that. So I'm going to create a component for that, and command for that is php artisan make livewire, and then let's say we can call it profile, we can call it user. I'm going to call it profile and hit enter. Okay. um, Livewire profile. I'm going to start the server again, go back to the web.php file, duplicate one of them. It's going to be profile, and I call the profile component, import that to the top, and the name is going to be profile. And let's try that out. Also, we have for the profile we can do one thing. We have two types of profiles. uh, the one is the profile from that we will be able to access from here, and another will be the profile, like if I can go to my profile settings and something like that. So um, this should be user, I guess. Like this is going to be accepting the ID as well. um, but we have the choice to choose from. So like if I click on this, it's going to go to the UUID. So I'm going to accept the profile. Say let's go ahead. uh, let's do one thing. Let's create another component, because that is the problem with that. Like we have the profile live wire. Let's say user. I'm gonna hit enter. I'm gonna start the server. I'm gonna go ahead and create a component for that. That is gonna be user slash and then user ID, the user UUID, I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the UUID here, and this is gonna call the user livewire component, and the name is gonna be user itself. I'm gonna go ahead and go to this component blade file, paste the code that we copied, come here, and this by default extends from that f blade file. We don't have to worry about that, but we do have to create public variable, and there's going to be UUID, and then I have to create a mount function, so that we can accept the ID that is passed in a parameter. I'm going to say UUID, and then here I'm going to assign that. So $this of UUID is equal to $UUID. We are going to set this variable to this value. This value is coming from the URL that we pass in the route. So, and then here we're gonna view that, and let's load the icon. But yeah, we can load the icon first, but we have to see what is how does this looks like in the UI. So let's try that out actually. But we do need the let's do one thing. I'm gonna come here and home URL user slash something something. and let's see how it looks like. The page is not throwing any error, which is cool, but we have to see how it looks like on the UI, and this is not what I wanted. Let's do one thing. Let's see what we have in the other components. So if I go to peoples, here we do not have anything. The thing is we have to do something like extends the uh, layouts.f, and let's see if automatically grabs the content section. Yeah, it does, so that is cool. Now we have to load the things. So also I'm not going to display events, I'm not going to display photos because they are already right here, but we can, but but don't. Let's do that, okay. Sorry. So this is going to be the component that we created, and we are going to implement these stubs. There's the icon and something like that. So a lot of work to do. Let's just straight jump in. So I'm going to go to the component. Here I'm going to import the icons. I'm going to go to the one that we just completed. I'm going to copy everything from here, come here and paste right here. Then I'm going to look for the icons and place the icon. Also, this is the we have thumbnail as well as profile, right? If I go to the user model, you can see that right here, profile and thumbnail. So the thumbnail is this thumbnail. I call it thumbnail. Don't know what to you're gonna call this, but that is what we have to implement. So I'm gonna do one thing, uh, place that in single quotes, and then start this thing, and then asset storage. If the user has, then it will automatically grab that from there. Otherwise, it's gonna use the okay, not profile storage. It's gonna use the one that is the default. So I'm gonna concatenate the address forward slash, and here will go the ID, the user thumbnail, but we have to send a user to this. So the way we do that is I'm gonna come here, user, and this is coming. We can find that like user, importing that from the model, and then finding. We can't use find, we have to use where. UUID is the UUID that is passed as a parameter here, and picking up the first one is gonna work for us. Also first or fail maybe, so we will get 404 if there is anything wrong. So let's try that out. I'm gonna use the correct syntax, and let's see. So with this it should throw 404 because this is correct, not correct, and as we expected, it looks good. I'm gonna go to Tinker. Also I can grab my ID, so I'm gonna serve this. I'm gonna come here and dd the auth user just to pick the UUID so that we can see how this looks like. I have to add semicolon. I come here and refresh. I'm gonna copy the UUID and I will paste that right here, and come here and do that, and okay, my bad. Oh, so we have to do that again. By mistake I lost it, so I'm gonna, oh my god. So user slash something, it's gonna dd that, and I'm gonna copy the UUID. I am going to come here, comment that out, come here and paste that thing, hit enter, and that is what we want. So now let's load the things that we want to include. So I'm gonna move that to this place, and here I'm gonna check if the user thumbnail exists. If it exists, then go ahead and import that. So the way I'm gonna do that is we have the user, right? So if the user has thumbnail, spelling is wrong I guess, but we have set that as a variable, so we can't change it. So I'm gonna do this thing, otherwise return this. And now let's do the same for the user profile picture. So I'm gonna copy this thing, come right here, paste that, change the image type, like this is the image. I'm gonna paste that right here. And let's see for the icons. So let's see what we have. We have these icons, right? So I'm gonna, this is the first name and last name, so I'm gonna do that as well. So dollar user of first underscore name, concatenate that with space, and then dollar user of last name, and then we have the username, right? So I'm gonna do that as well. um, String type at the rate dollar user of profile, dollar user of username, and then we gonna have the, for this thing we can do one thing like the query will be like app dash models slash posts, then checking where the user underscore id as the auth id, the current, not the current user id, the user of id, and then count. So just this is the query will like select count from this where this condition, so that will return the post. If there is no post, then go ahead and display 0. Followers and follows, I think we can we do not have this feature, this is only for pages. So I'm going to comment that instead we can display prints, like prints, and it's going to display that. So I'm going to change this to prints, and the query are going to be something like prints where the status is accepted. So I'm gonna copy this, come right here, somewhere around here, paste it, gonna call the parent model. Here we have two things to do, like um, if like the friends are like if I have sent them a friend request, they accepted it, and they have sent me a friend request and I accepted, they both are considered friend, right? So we have to um, check for both of them. That is what I mean to say. So if the user ID is this ID, or if we can use or where, and here we're gonna use the friend ID is the user ID. So this is gonna return both of them. We can call the unique, passing what? Passing the user ID. Let's do one thing. Let's do not use unique. Let's see if that is doing something wrong. I know my friends, right? Also, we have to check for the status. It's not like um, the status should be accepted, and this condition should be like with the associative array. So I'm gonna do this, and the same for that one. So I'm gonna copy this thing, accepted, and come here, paste that, change this to array, and this thing, do this. So now this should display that friends, and then we have the add friend buttons, right? So if he is not already my friend, then go ahead and um, enable that button, otherwise something like display something like already friend or just friend. We have the ability to do that thing. Also I see this thing, what is this one thing, this is it, what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna add a button, while click a we have two things, right? So let's do one thing, while click is gonna be, should I add as right here? Let's do one thing. We have that thing already in this model, in this component. Like if that user is already my friend, then go ahead and just display like friend, as you can see right here. So we are going to use this thing, and if it is not my friend, then go ahead and display that button. But the condition is going to be custom. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to copy this query. Of course, we're not going to use all of this thing, but we don't need this query. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to paste that, and the way I can check that is adding my query. So my ID. So like if the friend ID is this user ID, the current user like whose ID is this, and the user ID who sent a friend request to that user is my ID, then he is my friend. So that is kind of algorithm for that. So I do need that in this thing. Like if I have sent him a friend request and he has accepted it, he is also my friend. So I'm gonna copy that, do that, and that should show like this will be in the case if this record exists. I think we do not need the status, but we do need. We are just checking for the. I think we can do one thing. We can use the same terminology as we use here. So it's gonna be the same thing. We can cancel the request, we can resend the request, and something like that. So I'm gonna do exactly that. Let's open up another file, paste that, come here, and for a styling, I'm gonna I have to do that. So I'm gonna come here, paste that. Let's see what are the classes. If there's any duplication or something. Um, I don't see. Okay, that is interesting. So I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna add these classes to all of them because I know except the BG color, all of them are the same. So I'm gonna remove all of them. I'm gonna select all of them like this, pasting the classes and except changing the color. BG success, right? So I'm gonna remove the BG success with the Z index. I'm gonna select all of them. Come ahead and remove that, and that is what I wanted to implement. So I'm gonna remove that thing as well. So now I can move this to that marked component. So instead of this, I'm going to paste that like um, this, and let's format that and see if we have any error or something like that. So I am going to save this and let's see in the UI if we have anything wrong. Also, we did a lot of changes, so maybe we have some errors. As you can see, the posts not found. The path seems to be correct, posts, but that is not posts. That is post like singular. So I'm gonna search for posts and go ahead and change it to post model. I'm gonna refresh the page. No errors so far. That's good. It does shows the add friend and this thing, but I have no problem, and that is the things are not loaded. So like images and stuff like that. So I have to load that. Probably I think we can like use config f URL because they are like working on the home route and not working on the other routes, which means we have to use config URL and f URL like config app URL. And let's try that let's see if that is going to load something around here. Also we can like open this in a new tab to identify the source. So let's see. I'm gonna close the other tabs because we do not need at all. And let's see what we got. The image is loaded. This user, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same part of the another image, and that is this one. and that should load the background thumbnail image. So let's see. The post and friends seems to like it does works. I can confirm that from the Tinker as well. Let's see. Background image is still not, yeah, that is loaded. So we have 3 friends and 12 posts, and the profile, I do have that, but is this my profile, right? So let's see. Okay, we have an error issue here. This should be the profile, not thumbnail, because the thumbnail is above and then we have profile, and the spelling should be correct like this. And let's see if this is going to load my profile right over here. And also, I think like this is my profile, right? So it shows add print, but if like I am on my profile, then I can display an option to edit that profile instead of add print or request something like that. So I'm gonna directly check that. Like we have different conditions, right? Different conditions for different buttons and something like that. So at the top, I'm going to add condition for that. So if there is the case, like if this is my um, if like I'm on my own profile, then I can show button to edit my profile, and this is gonna be else if instead of like checking the friends and stuff like that, I can directly compare the UUIDs or the IDs. So if out ID equals to dollar user of ID, this means that I am on my own profile, and I can display in anchor tag that will point user to the page where this user can edit this profile, and this will be like a settings page. You can think of that. So I can show like edit your profile or edit and change or settings and something like that. Let's see if that's going to work, because I am on my own profile according to this UUID that I passed from that. So yeah, that does works. Let's see what these icons are for. So I'm gonna check for that. I'm gonna go down. We have the okay. This is the mail. So this will be like message that user. So I'm gonna load the icons for chatting or for the communication. We're gonna be using the Chatify, that is a package. We will make use of that. We will explore that as well. Icons of get icon and passing the mail icon. Also, we have to set negative or 10 margin. So style margin dash top is gonna be negative 10 pixel, and I'm gonna remove this mail paper mail icon. Then we have the drop down button. What is this for? Wait a minute. Does this do one anything? I think I can remove that because it's this button, right? TI more. Maybe this is gonna be like report this user or do something with this user for that. Like this button is gonna be for that. But I'm going to remove that. As you can see, add this to your saved list and hide this post. But this is not a post. This is a user profile section. As you can see, this is the drop down. Data toggle is drop down, and right here they have the created that drop down option. So I am going to hide comment that completely. If you want to explore, you can do that your own. So let's see if the mail icon is loaded. And after that, we have the about membership discussion. We do need to show the about. No need for the discussion. Membership for the discussion. We don't need for that. I'm gonna okay. I removed the wrong place. I'm gonna remove this videos. Maybe we have an option for that. Groups, we can add option for that. Events, not gonna add events. Media, yeah, there is gonna be like the photos and images. We do have videos, right? So media is gonna be like the mixed of videos and post. Let's do one thing. Let's remove the this one and leave this one. Maybe that is good idea. And then about. gonna load the user about or the user description directly. So dollar user has, if I go to user model, I forgot the attribute, and that is uh, wait a minute, description. Yeah, so we do have a description, that is cool. Then we have the private, no need to this. Then visible, no need to this for now. And then the country address and something. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna just load the location address. Yeah, maybe that is private. We can add address and location. So which one should I? Let's choose the location. Okay, and I'm gonna do user of location, and maybe we can. Okay, that is fine. So then group. This is not a group. Thank you. Then photos. I think we can make use of this and load all the photos. Yeah, we will do that, no problem. But does it like do anything if you click on that? Where let's see the demo version. I'm gonna press Control H for the history, and I'm gonna visit that thing. But where is that? Somewhere around here. I think that was called. Um, so if I click on any image, yeah, this sounds good. We can display that user images like this. Yeah, that sounds good, but I'm not gonna. We can include this one as well. That looks good. Let's go for it, buddy. So a lot of features to include, but no time. So some of them I will leave this that up to you, and you can import that from your side. Um, I'm gonna. Then we have the more option. I think we can, like, if we have a page where this is gonna redirect user to that, we have a media section, right? Like if I click on membership, does it doing anything? Discussion, videos, groups, events. Uh, Wait a minute. Let's do one thing. Let's remove the rest of these. Let's like clean this off. Then we have the create. Okay, removed a lot of things. About, where am I? More, user description, user location, no need for a general group or something. And after that we have the photos. I do have a plan to import that. Events, no need for events to include. And then we have the create post, and that is where we are going to import our component. If I Then we have the post, and that is the end. Yeah, we are gonna load posts just like we did in the user model, in the model, in the home component. Yeah, so I am going to go to create post component. Let's go to blade file, and here let's see if we have this thing over there. We should have. We do not have. Let's go. If I import that directly, is it going to do anything wrong with that? Let's do it. Livewire layouts. No, not layouts. Component dot create dash post, I guess. And after that, we are going to loop through all the posts and display them. So I can copy that from the home page. That is not a big deal. So let's just remove these things and see how it goes. So I'm gonna remove literally all of them. Let's see if we have this thing in the home component or the styling. So I'm gonna go to home.blade.php, control F. We do have So we can make use up on this thing. Also, you can see we have the create post. So I'm going to copy both of them. Also, for the infinite pagination, I'm going to copy this one as well. I'm going to go there, copy, no, select like these things and remove it like that. So I'm going to format that, but we have an issue in the, okay, mail. We have issue right here. So I'm going to do that. Format now. Looks good. Let's refresh the page and see we do not have user, not this one, dude. We do not have user variable. We do not have post variable. So let's load them. I'm gonna go to user component, a live wire component. Here we do load the user details, but we have to load the user posts. So I'm going to go to the user. User should have relationship with the post because one user can have many posts. Let's add the relationship. So function, not function, relation, and the relation is going to be has many, and comments, not comments. This is going to be posts, and post model import at the top. Origin key not required. By default it's already gonna work with that. If it doesn't work, we can import that. And instead of post, we can do user of post. So if I do user of posts, and let's try that out, we might have an issue with this because we want to include like the the different things like infinite loading and something like that, but in this case it's going to load literally all of them. um, Also we have issue in the loading svg. So I'm gonna search for mail again. I'm gonna use the html kind of syntax to load the html content in this thing. So I'm gonna try that now. Refresh the page and let's see how it looks like. We do have added the margin top with -10, right? So it's not gonna display anything on. It's gonna be pointing user to the chat, and this one is gonna be pointing to the regular chat. Okay, that is interesting. Everything is looking good, but we have a problem here, and that is we do not have the comment and like functionality. And I'm gonna do that by going to home and copying those functionality from there, like not the friends and the like and dislike buttons, as well as the comment functionality. So I'm gonna copy these things, come right here to the user livewire component and paste that. You can paste that right here. um, I'm gonna import the things that are missing. Import the like, import the posts, and import the comments as well, and that is it. So now let's see if that's gonna work. So I'm gonna try that. So if we have any error or issue, we can work upon it. So that is going to load the images and videos. Yeah, the this user has posts with videos and images. I think we can work on. Okay, this is an error. About is not loaded. We can check that. I'm gonna go to user. I'm gonna check search for about, not about amount. Um, Wait a minute. Where is the description loaded? Okay, there are two. Okay, okay, that is fine. So there are two abouts here. One is this and one is this. We are loading the descriptions, right? So if it doesn't exist, then display three dots. That is gonna be fine. But what is this thing? I think that is the location. So I'm gonna cut this off. location dash pin. Yeah, that is cool. I'm gonna add that from the feather icons. So I'm gonna do this syntax. Come here, dollar icons of get icon, and it should be like this, passing the map icon, a map dash pin, and after that, um, we have also, if it doesn't exist, then go ahead and display dash dash or something. And what else do we have? Let's see. This thing does works, I think. Uh, okay, that is interesting. I thought that is working, but it's not working. I think it's this one. Hide pose and something. Wasn't like this is not working in the home page as well, or it's just not working in this page. Let's see. So if I click on this, yeah, we will work upon that as well. That is totally okay. Now if I like this, okay, that is interesting. We have a problem again. Just like we saw in the previous video. Um, we have to fix this, and if the like is added, but like it is going to refresh the page. So if I write a comment, hit enter, it's going to like clean up the page. So um, we will fix that error. That is not a big deal because we already have fixed similar issue to that. But um, as of now, I'm going to load these images. The location in about doesn't exist, so that is why it shows like that. And I'm gonna load off the images, and after that we'll end up this tutorial and work upon the errors and something like that in the next one, because I'm gonna feel a little bit tired, so I'm gonna take a rest, bro. So I'm gonna search for images, and images where am I? Yeah, that is right here. So they are loading like 1 2 3 4 5 6, like we can see right here, 6 images. So we can take like 6 images, the latest images posted by this user right here. So to do that, that seems to be pretty easy. Leave the first one, and then I'm gonna loop through the post media, right? But we have a problem, and that is if I go to this livewire component, in order to list the media images type media, we do need like the post IDs, right? So posts let's say post underscore ID is equals to post colon colon, where passing the user underscore ID is the dollar. Okay, we can create a variable from this, like dollar user equals to this, then return that right here, and we will make use of this user right here, because we need the user ID. And if it exists, then go ahead and plug the IDs from that post queries. So we have 12 posts. It's gonna load all of those. Then I'm going to get the post media. So post underscore media equals to, I'm gonna import the post media media, and then we have where in, right? We already have used that. So I'm gonna check for the post underscore ID and the posts underscore IDs, and I'm gonna get that. Also, we need a condition for the images, you can see. So I think we have a type, right? So I'm gonna confirm that we have the file type, and if the file type is image, then it's gonna load that right there. Also, we may include videos here. It's also a possibility, but here they included that thing. So I'm gonna add that condition right here, and after that, it's gonna be that one. But this, you should like when creating condition like this, you should think of the loading. How many images it's gonna load if I include this condition first, and the next condition after it, like the images. So in this case, I'm gonna do it this way. File type is image, get it, all of them, and we are gonna loop through that. So I'm gonna copy this. Also, I'm gonna load the posts for this user because of the infinite pagination and something like that. If we get any error, then it will be a problem. So we have to do that as well. I'm gonna call it posts, and also we need a commas. I'm gonna paste this, remove this, and I'm gonna load that. And for the posts, I'm gonna do post ID, so I'm gonna call it posts instead of look, just get it like this. And we do not have to pass anything to that, and that should work the same. So I'm gonna go to this component, and instead of user post, I can now call dollar posts. And we have loaded that thing, so I can add a loop here, dollar for each, not at the right, um, post underscore media, uh, looping through all of that, passing that as an image, and then showing that right here. And this is gonna be the like the ID. So dollar storage asset. So asset storage, and after that I'm gonna concatenate that to the forward slash, and then passing the dollar image of, I guess that is called file. You can confirm that, yeah, that is file. So now let's see if that's gonna work. Wait a minute. We have the ID and the src, as well as the src as well as href. So I'm gonna do it in both of the places, and let's try that out. So this user do have like some images, so like this user have 12 posts and maybe have some images. So I'm gonna load this. We have some issue. Let's open it in the new tab. Okay, that is interesting. um what is interesting is that like we have generated the JSON encoded things from the file. So I think we can do like pick up the first one from that. So the way I'm gonna do that is get that, pass that to JSON decode, and get the first one. So if it is returning array, we can pick up the index 0. So I'm gonna refresh the page now, not this one. Remove that one. Let's see if that's going to load the images. We have a problem again, and call to undefined function d. Okay, the spelling mistake, my bad. I'm gonna fix that, and let's see if that's going to work for us. So no error, that is fine. And yeah, that looks good. So if I click on this, looks good, and that is fine. Another thing is, you can see like this thing doesn't looks good at all. So maybe we can completely remove that or load those things. And before I look to that, I have to include this thing, um, like dollar icons of get icon, and passing the dollar, not dollar, external link. So I'm going to copy that, remove that from here, and paste that right here. I'm going to save it, and I can refresh that, and I will look for the content of the sidebar. So if I, okay, this is, I did this mistake too many times. Um, Wait a minute. Where am I? So I'm gonna search for this thing. I'm gonna change this to into HTML kind of syntax to render that, not to just display that as it. So let's see. So if I click on this, I am looking for this thing, right? So if I copy the name, come here, it's not here. So if I go to F, I'm gonna search here, it's not here as well. So where is it? Okay, that is interesting. If I copy and paste, not here, copy and paste, not here. Is it sending request to some API or what? What is happening? If you click on the image, it's gonna load the image and display that in the pop-up. Wait a minute. I'm gonna here, and these are the posts, right? So the run position. This one. As you can see, we have the ID. This is not the one I'm looking for. We have something like, how do I find the place where this is loaded? Okay, this is the profile, not the one I'm looking. Yeah, this is one what I'm looking for. So data light box and then road trip and then having href, as you can see, and it's gonna load that thing. So I have to find that out. But as you can see, the rest of the functionality looks good. I think I can do that in the next tutorial. That is it for this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. That helps a lot. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one where we are going to be fixing the issues with this and looking at the new features. Bye bye.